Everybody, it's the Watchalong Show. We're still doing the Watchalong Show this week, so we didn't miss out on that. I will announce that on the page before this airs, so that's good. I'm John Maher. That's Aaron Brooks. Aaron, how you feeling this week?
I'm on the brink of feeling back to normal from a little bit of a illness, cold this weekend, but I'm good. Excited to talk about, talk about 2022's Horrorville list. Horrorville still hasn't hired us yet.
Yes. We're the fourth out of the fifth Horrorville list. They're all great lists. You can go on Letterboxd, check out the top 50. I think the last year they did the top 25, but they're still great lists. Hundreds of movies to choose from. Almost all of them, as far as I'm concerned, are bangers, if not all of them. But yeah, this week we're talking about the 2022 list. I'll go first because my movie, I guess, was a 2021 festival release, but they considered it as a 2022 release for the sake of the list. My movie is a film called The Righteous. It's got Henry Czerny and the other guy, is his name Mark O'Brien. He plays the groom in Ready or Not. So both the people from Ready or Not, the dad and the son, reunite in this movie, and it's directed by Mr. O'Brien as well. Basically, a priest and his wife, they adopt a girl. This all happens prior to the events of the movie, and then it's kind of the movie starts right as the girl has tragically passed away. He had left the seminary, and then he kind of returns to the seminary after her death, and he's like struggling with it, like, what has he done to deserve it? This whole thing, and it really, it's a rare religious horror movie that has nothing to do with exorcisms or anything of that matter. So I would recommend it, I would say, and I can't really go too deeply into it without spoiling it. But it really is part religious horror, part psychological thriller. Worth your time, I guess. I didn't give it a crazily high rating, but I landed on a 3.5 just because I enjoyed what I was seeing in The Righteous.
Okay.
What'd you watch this week?
Well, as you can see above me, Something in the Dirt. One of the only Moorhead and Benson movies I have not seen yet. And this was made during the pandemic. Definitely back to that do-it-yourself filmmaking kind of style that they have. But in all seriousness, this is really an interesting kind of more philosophical. Beneath the surface, definitely there's something in the dirt. Certainly, two guys who find a supernatural item, and what they want to do with it is very different. And it's just it's really just ends up being kind of a cool metaphor for LA as a whole, I feel and how it's a dream killer for most people, even though they want it to be that dream factor. Just really interesting things that I think that if I watch this movie a few more times, I'd get a few different kind of takeaways from. But ultimately has some good little Lovecraftian horror, some psychological horror, some existential horror. It's definitely a horror movie for sure, but it's slower paced, and if you're not looking for that, it might not be your thing. For me, I enjoyed it a lot. 4 stars.
I also saw it. I edited out me putting my rating on the screen while Aaron was talking. Sure. I'm at 4.5 on Something in the Dirt because it's a movie I've seen. I like the fact that it's done in the found footage style, but some of the people they're interviewing are basically telling you the whole time that Benson and Moorhead's characters are full of shit, and there's a chance that what you're seeing is not real, though. And it leaves the interpretation up to you whether or not what's happening to them is really happening to them, or are you a victim of the hoax? Is probably the big thing that I enjoyed about the movie.
Definitely.
We'll go with that. I also neglected to mention we are talking about the Why We Love Horror Challenge. This was week 4 of the Why We Love Horror Challenge. That's the QR code. You can go check us out over there. This was the 4th and the 5th of the first 5 weeks of the Horrorville lists that we're doing 2021's next week. But we also gave each other lists. Aaron gave me 100 movies. You can see there. And I gave Aaron 100 movies. We can see there. So we'll go through the movies we watched for that challenge as well, starting with Aaron's movies because they're older.
Yep.
First movie you watched, Aaron, is this one. Polish film. Here you go.
The Polish film Mother Joan of the Angels, a title I can't remember for the life of me. But the movie itself, I have definitely been able to remember. First of all, that poster is awesome. I finally kind of saw it fully here. I thought it was just across. It's not, but really good movie as well, about a priest who ends up, trying to exercise a mother superior, and then it turns into a love story, like a really dark, twisted love story, essentially, where it's love is as powerful as death, essentially. Like it's the thesis of this entire movie, and I wasn't expecting it to be so sad and tragic as it ends up being by the end. The end is an absolute bummer, and not in like a dark way, although it's somewhat dark. It's just like tragic in like nearly like a Shakespearean type of way, just because it's just like so epically like heroic, the sacrifice being made by the character. So great performances as well, like, and just a movie I don't hear talked about a lot, but once I look on Letterboxd, I'm seeing everybody who sees it loves it. So it's one of those weird, like to me, a slow burn 60s movie that people like, no offense to my wife, Abby would like. It's like, because it really does end up, once you understand what it's doing, it doesn't feel like that typical slow 60s foreign horror that some people might be averse to. But yeah, I really like this one quite a bit. It's grown on me for sure, but I rate it at 4. But I think if I saw it again, it would be a 4.5.
I'm also at a 4 for Mother Joan of the Angels. I think the one thing that struck me while I was watching it, and having seen more like especially 70s kind of nunsploitation movies, not Killer Nun per se, but like The Transcender and a couple other movies like that. And then also The First Omen last year. So many scenes from those movies, don't they feel like they're wholesale lifted from this movie? Like when the nuns are lying prostrate on the floor and everything. This is the earliest example I've ever seen. Is this movie?
Very, really good point.
Yeah. So like if you enjoy those types of movies, like Immaculate and The First Omen, like those types of movies, this is the reason why those movies probably got a foothold in anything. So you should check it out.
Yeah, no, I would definitely recommend this to anybody. I don't think it's boring at all.
All right. And then your second movie also is a little earlier. So we'll talk about that.
I think it's also the same year, 1961, The Innocents, which somehow I had not seen till now. It's an all-time fucking classic. Now I can certifiably say that. Jack Clayton's the only movie I've seen of his. Sorry, Great Gatsby. Yeah, no, this is incredible. Deborah Kerr is the main attraction here, and she's great. Like the talent that she brings to the governess role is just so great, and the connection she's able to make with those children and the haunting sounds in this movie, the screams throughout are just so iconic, I feel like, and the gothic atmosphere, it's just like, I think one of the best to do it. Like it is, it's just like, I can't deny the greatness here. 4.5. This is a classic, and I love the ending.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit lower than that, but I'm still at a 4. I still think this is a great movie, iconic, as you said. I think, again, another movie that, especially through the 60s, a lot of these haunting movies are just other versions of The Innocents on some, like maybe like not even as good versions of The Innocents, a lot of them, I would say. So, again, know your history. Watch The Innocents.
Yeah, but The Innocents gets a lot more cred than Mother Joan of the Angels. Like that,
I think probably because it's not in Polish.
Fine.
Yeah, that could be it. Getting into my movies, I'm a little further along. First movie I watched, I've been excited to see it. I've read the original source material, and I've seen other movies based on the source material, but the original was of I Am Legend, The Last Man on Earth. And let me capitalize. Let me give some respect to Vincent Price and capitalize.
Nice.
But, yeah, it's Vincent Price again. And honestly, this movie, again, kind of like The Tingler, like we have him playing not like a mad scientist, but like a scientist's scientist, like someone who's actually like doing good and like trying to help people, which I think maybe is what Vincent Price should always be doing. And it's so like tragic that like he, in thinking, I mean, if you've seen I Am Legend or read I Am Legend, you know what happens. Like in thinking he's saving the world, he condemns himself, which is kind of like the whole bit of it. And I mean, I'm a huge fan of the movie. I think, I don't know if this is my favorite Vincent Price movie, but it's definitely a contender for it. I think he kills it bell to bell. He's basically does 90% of the acting in the movie. So I'm at a 4.5 on The Last Man on Earth.
Yeah, you like it even more than I do. I loved it, and I gave it a 4. Yeah, this is just a great time, and you know, it's Vincent Price and I Am Legend. Are you surprised that it's good?
Yes, I'm not surprised. It's just, yes, I am happy that it happened. Yeah. Moving on. Again, basically, if you know anything about like Robert Aldrich and dealing with horror, he took 2 big swings and 2 big hits. I really like Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. And then we also get Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte, which is, again, another movie like where you'd think, like, is this going to work? It's basically like the setting of like every Tennessee Williams play, but it's a horror movie, which is like, and I would say it is slightly derivative, but I didn't care. I like when something's derivative, but I don't care. This plot is similar to Les Diaboliques, I would say, because they're trying to pull the same thing. But the fact that it's set in like this New Orleans, like very antebellum South setting makes it feel fresh. Bette Davis is phenomenal. Supporting a young Bruce Dern is in this movie. Joseph Cotton, like a lot of really great performances in this movie. I am also, with this one, I'm going to go as high as a 4.5 again for Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte.
Yeah, and I'm at a 4 for it. I really liked it again, especially the ending, and yeah, all the performances are great. I need to revisit this one though, but yeah, both Robert Aldrich horror movies were home runs for me.
Yeah, and it's like a great mystery too. Like it's also a great mystery. Like I like it's not like a giallo mystery, but it's just a straight up horror mystery, which is great. Cool. Moving on, I'm sure you love the fact that I moved on, because then I go on to a giallo movie. Kill Baby Kill, and this is like classic Bava, where I had a good time with this. It's a little weird, but like I can't complain about it, because it's like most giallo movies, I guess, like it's not real. It's like Scooby-Doo supernatural. Like you find out like it's just some asshole terrorizing people. But in this movie, it actually is a curse and there are witches. So it's different in that sense. So I threw myself for a loop, expecting it to be like, oh, it's Old Man Carruthers, but it's never Old Man Carruthers in Kill Baby Kill. I think he pulls out like all the cinematography stops in this movie, though, to the point that you're like, yo, slow the fuck down. Like it's every like funhouse effect is in this movie. Like there's like they're going down the staircase and the camera's going like this. Like if you have motion sickness, this movie will make you vomit. I guarantee. But it's still it's fine. It's beyond fine. It's good. I'm at a 3.5 on Kill Baby Kill.
Yeah, I'm 3.5 as well.
All right.
It's got great camera work, as you said. Maybe too much camera work.
Yeah.
But the spiral staircase like shot that is just, it's iconic in this movie for a reason. It's been replicated in a million movies. My cat just knocked something off the counter.
He's got vertigo
because Baba. So, yeah.
Moving right along. Now we're into the 70s for me. And Aaron gave me a great lead-off 70s movie. I'm not going to say the movie is like something I'm going to say is one of my favorite movies of all time, but it was a fun time. I'm talking about I Drink Your Blood, which is a weird title because like that, it's not about like cannibal. Like no one drinks. Okay, they do drink blood, but it's not like they're drinking blood for fun. It is like the drinking blood is a result of possibly, I will give the young man in this movie the honors of making the worst decision I've ever seen in a horror movie. When there's like a rabid dog. Like, first, some Satanists move into the neighborhood. It's a town that's getting demolished. There's only like 40 people left in the town, and Satanists arrive right when the last people are moving out because they're building a dam that's going to flood the whole town. But Satanists come in and they're squatting in one of the abandoned buildings, and they're just making life a living hell for everybody. They're dosing people with LSD. They're assholes. And I mentioned they're Satanists, and there's enough Satanists. There's so many Satanists. There's so many Satanists that some of the Satanists don't want to be Satanists. That's how many Satanists there are. And then in revenge for them terrorizing the town, a young boy shoots a rabid dog, takes a syringe of the dog's blood, and basically gives the Satanists a bunch of free food spiked with rabies blood. And hilarity ensues for like a half hour. It is every 70s exploitation thing you could imagine. It goes fucking berserk for like, 20 to 30 minutes into the movie, where you're just like, the movie is kind of like until that point, and then you get like that rampage at the end of the movie because the rabies spreads throughout the town. And I think I noticed in one, not my review, but other reviews, this movie is only like 3 years after Romero's Night of the Living Dead, and it does that whole like attack of a house better than Romero, I would say, which is like, which is crazy. But like it's maybe too little too late for me when that happens, because like so much other wacky shit happens and it's like hammy as fuck.
Very schlocky.
So I'm at a 3, but like what a watch.
Yeah, it's very, very schlocky, for sure. Hated the hippies so much. I watched this in like movie 4 or 5 of a 6 movie marathon with Joe Bob. It's a 3.5 for me. That might be a lot based on the circumstances I watched it in and the amount of unwinding I had done at that point. But
I would love to hear Joe Bob's commentary on this movie. I'm sure it's incredible. I'm sure it's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like when I watched Joe Bob, but yeah,
and then
glad I could help.
The final movie I watched this week is actually was a made for you can tell it's a made for television movie because if you watch it online, the commercial like breaks are in it. Without the commercials, just comes in and comes out. But introduced me to like such a phenomenal character. We're talking about The Night Stalker, which I feel, and I'll just say, I have like a theory at the end of it. That is the father from A Christmas Story. That is him. He plays Mr. Kolchak. Is it Hank Kolchak? Something like that. And he's like a reporter who's so good. Carl Kolchak. Yeah. A reporter that's so good that he gets like thrown out of every town he works in because he goes to like incredible lengths to get the story, and like he knows what's up before they can prove what's up, and that's kind of what like causes him to go around town. And he has suspicions that Las Vegas is being attacked by a vampire, and everyone's like, "Fuck you! That vampires don't exist." But he's right, and the whole movie is about like him basically proving it right. But it is made for TV. But what a character Mr. Kolchak is. I love this movie actually. I even though it's a made for TV movie, and actually it did spawn sequels. I think there's like The Night Strangler, and then some this character shows up in a bunch of other movies, which I'm gonna watch. And I'm actually high. I'm at a 4.5 on the Night Stalker. Yeah,
no, you're higher than me, but I absolutely found Kolchak to be a classic character. I'm glad that he has other movies for me, but I really, really like this movie as well. I'm just, I guess, a tough grader.
And I would go so far as, actually, I'm at a 4 too. I'm sorry, I'm at a 4 too. I'm not at a 4.5. I'm at a 4. Okay. I feel that it's too coincidental that Stephen King's The Night Flyer is also about a reporter who's trying to prove a vampire exists, and he's right. So it's weird that Stephen King is like this close to this plot.
I agree.
Yeah, it's weird. It's not accusing Stephen King of plagiarism. It's just odd to me that is that close.
I agree.
Yeah. All right. That'll do it for all the movies we watched this week. One more time, we'll go through those QR codes for you. The Letterboxd challenge for Why We Love Horror, the one we all want you to be part of, is there. My 100 movies is there, and Aaron's 100 movies is there. So until next time, if you made this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, share, go to the Facebook group at Why We Love Horror. This has been the Watchalong Show. I'm John Maher, and that's Aaron Brooks. here comes that schedule.